Welcome to Pro Talk with the Mighty Oba. We are once again back here with you with one of the most intriguing guests that I have ever had. She is one of the most outstanding people you will ever meet and a native Buffalonian, and also we went to the same high school. She is one of the top people in media marketing and offers a full round of services through her company. With me here today is Alvina Alston. How are you today, darling?
I'm here. I'm just in awe of that. I'm speechless about that.
Because I am one of your great admirers. You're an outstanding person in your field, and certainly this is Black History Month. I am so proud to call you not only my friend, but we went to the same high school. She's also a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority and one of the top people in her field. I am honored to have you on Pro Talk with the Mighty Oba. How are you today?
I am doing well. I am honored to be here, and I am just simply in awe of your introduction and just all of the love and support that you have shown me. So I just want to really thank you for the opportunity to speak to you. You're a legend, and it's just truly an honor for me to be here today. Thank you so much.
Well, I love you. You fix my ego so well with this legend stuff. I love that. But not only are you one of the tops in your field as far as media marketing, you're a TV executive and the CEO of the international branding and image firm More Media LLC. And I am so proud of you because you are making a mark. I have been looking to do something with you for a number of weeks and months, and we happen to run into each other at the Super Bowl. And you are everywhere. I am very proud of you. You are one of the ones that they are talking about when they are talking about Black Girl Magic. You are one of them.
I really can't thank you all enough. You being from my hometown has extreme, significance to me. It's very important to me, and it means so much to me that you've taken this time. And I give all credit to God for His glory and mercy on my life. And just looking at your illustrious career, I've known about you for a very, very long time. And you are one of the people that paved the way for me to do what I do. So I don't take any credit. I give all credit to you. Coming from Buffalo, having a stellar career at Buffalo and doing what you've done, a great man that you are. And I'm just grateful to you as well. Bennett and Morehouse grad. So thank you for everything you've done for me and people like me that want to get into the business.
What made you move into media marketing?
What made me get into it was no one looked like me on TV. And since no one looked like me, I wanted to open the doors for others. Well, when I was in high school, I wanted to be a news reporter because I saw the power of what TV looked like.
Yes.
And I saw that power because in living in the projects, when everyone's favorite news program was on, they would run to watch it. And I was like, I need to be a part of that. If that could stop the chaos that was going on in my environment, I need to be a part of that. And that's what I opted to do. Me being a talker, and it's just astounding that I can talk because when I was a baby, there was a growth in my throat, and the doctors told my mom I would never talk. If they operate, they would have to cut me from ear to ear.
Wow.
Because this growth was threatening my speech. So to make a long story short, my mom, she stepped out on faith, and she said, I'm not going to operate because I don't want my daughter to have this scar. And lo and behold, she never operated, and I've been fine ever since. My mom says the growth is still there, but it never affects my talking. As a matter of fact, that's all I did was talk. I got A's in school, and you talk too much. I went to Campus East School growing up, and she talks too much. But she has A's. So I think I was destined to be a talker, and it was just natural for me to want to be in the media, to want to talk. So that's what, just that mark on my life, that was just the enemy saying, you know what, she's not going to be able to talk, but God said yes. And my mom's faith, opened the door for me to do what I'm doing today.
Tell me about your career as it started on Long Island at the age of 19. You started with LI News. Am I correct?
Yes. Yes, I started with LI News. It was a student-run program where people who wanted to become news reporters got the gist of learning the craft from A to Z. And I learned my craft actually covering stories, going out covering all types of stories that were on the two counties that are on Long Island, which is Nassau and Suffolk. In addition to that, getting my college degree, which I have a bachelor's in communications. So, I mean, that was interesting because I got to actually see what it meant to be a news reporter by doing that in the field, and also realizing that there was a lack of diversity in people that looked like me in the field.
Absolutely.
So I knew that God chose me to do it, and it's still, I mean, that was 19. I graduated in 1993, but we're talking about 1989 and 90, which was really a lack of diversity, and that same diversity lack is prominent today in 2020. It was really sparse then, and I just, thank God that He opened the door for me to encourage others. And actually, you being on air, you being in the radio, that actually spurred all of us in Buffalo to want to do the same thing because we knew of people like you that were doing it. So we knew that there was hope for us to do it. So, like I said, in working in Long Island, it was really at a time where, there were so few of us in the field, and I encountered so many different forms of oppression and racism and things that happened, but that didn't deter me. It only gave me my strength and resolve to continue doing what I'm doing. So I'm very grateful to LI News for taking me under their wing. They opened up the door for us. As far as learning, getting that hand-on experience and letting me know that I could do it. And I'm very grateful to the anchor there, Ken Eckhart, who really took a fondness in me and really took me under his wing to show me that I could do it. And give me that confidence that I could do it. But growing up in Buffalo, we already have that innate confidence. The weather is bad.
Right.
We don't have that much to do as far as the winter. But I mean, just to grow up in those harsh conditions, we are built differently. Growing up in Western New York, we are built tough.
Right.
We're built that. No doesn't exist. So I mean, I don't take for granted that I grew up in Buffalo, New York. It's in my heart and it's with me everywhere that I go. Growing up in Below,
Absolutely. Now, you also work with the Global News Network. Tell me about that.
Well, Fox News is considered a global news network. So from Fox Business, Fox News, then I worked for Arise Global News, which was a channel that was based in New York, but it was covering the African perspective, based in in Africa, like Africa, and then from there I also worked at I-24 News, which is a global news network as well. Okay. So international news is where it's at. I mean, and national news, finding out the pulse of the nation, figuring out what's going on around the world, which is key, and that gave me really more strength, and it gave me a better asset.
Alvina, you also talked about some of your challenges. You said that everything has not been easy for you. You also stated a tragedy of losing triplets. What exactly happened, and how did that affect you? And most importantly, how did you recover and move forward?
Wow. In 2000, I found out I was pregnant with triplets, my husband and I, and my grandmother had two sets of twins. One died in infancy, and one lived to adults. And one was murdered. They actually subsequently died later on in their adult years. However, that trait, as we like to call it, came to me. I was pregnant. I thought I was having one baby, and I went to the doctor, and the doctor saw 6 legs. And he said, "You're having triplets."
Wow. And
make a long story short, it was all natural. And make a long story short, one of the babies died immediately because I went into labor at 6 months. Okay. One died when she was 4 months old, and one died when she was almost 6 months old. Wow. So, because of low birth weight. And, but God doesn't make any mistakes. I mean, He does things for a reason. Yes. And that just gave me more resolve to do what I'm doing, and also to encourage and inspire other people that it doesn't matter what you go through, that you can get through it. So God gave me that gift of going through that to encourage and inspire others and to let them know that they can get through anything. And that's exactly what I speak to young people about today. And that he gave me that to encourage people. And I still have my angels who open doors for me. They are in heaven.
Absolutely.
They may not be with me physically, but they are with me, and they give me the resolve to keep going and doing what I'm doing.
That's right.
And I wouldn't know you. I wouldn't be able to go to Super Bowl with 3 babies.
Right.
Or, or doing what I'm doing because, when I lost those babies, I had a daughter at the time who was 4. So that would have meant I would have had to really stay home. I mean, I could not afford child care for 4 kids.
Right.
So it gave me, with one daughter, I was able to continue my career and then to move on, become a business owner, what I'm doing today.
So your faith was the basis of your recovery.
Yes. Faith. God is everything.
That's right.
You can recognize him now or later. God has shown me that he is real in several instances in my life. The triplet situation, people look at it like, oh my God, that was a curse. No, it's not.
Yes.
It was a blessing because God gave me strength and power because my personality is not the personality that will flourish in news, meaning that I'm very kind. I love people. I'm genuine. I'm soft-hearted. But losing those triplets gave me that edge I needed to say, look, and to make it because it is such a tough industry. Every industry is tough, but those triplets, after that happened, it gave me a resolve like, look, nothing is ever going to stop me. It was a difficult time because when I lost the triplets, the doctors thought I was HIV positive because my white blood cells were so low. At that time, in 2000, it took a while, like a week for the test to come back. So the doctor said, Miss Alston, did you take an HIV test? I was like, why? I mean, I'm like, I'm not promiscuous.
Right.
I'm not a drug user. Why would that come to me? And I'm like, oh my God, my sister died of AIDS. So I'm like, did I hug her? Did something get on me? And I couldn't believe it. I was newly married. I'm like, oh my God. Lo and behold, the doctor said, oh my God, no, we had a mistake. You don't have it. And
Right.
So going through that was tough. I knew I didn't have it because I knew the 1% chance they said that they were wrong. I knew God was right. So it was, I never had it. They never diagnosed me with it. They just thought it could be that because of the low white blood cell count. Come to find out, it was something called chronic benign neutropenia.
Okay.
And that's something that I have. That's just, a lot of African Americans have a low white blood cell count, and I'm one of them.
Okay.
So that's just a testimony to me and a resolve that, look, that I was going through the worst period of my life. My babies are dying. Then they come with this news. I'm like, what else could happen?
Wow.
And prior to that, in '94, my sister had died of AIDS, and then my father was found dead in the house. So I'm like, oh my God, what else could happen to me? Everything happened to me,
Mm-hmm.
But guess what? We are warriors. We're Buffalo warriors,
That's
and we
right.
go through, and we don't look like what we go through. So I'm just honored that God chose me to go through these things because I know I'm strong, and whatever he takes away, he gives us back. He gives us back 10 times.
Well, sometimes your adversity can help you lose yourself in your career goals, and
you are right. You are so right.
And it helps you focus yourself a little bit more because it helps take away. We're all human. There is some emotional pain, but you seem to be able to refocus yourself on your career goals and the goals that you have set for yourself with adversity.
Yes, sir. And that's a process. I mean, like all of us, we go through highs and lows, but you have to look at what's important as far as your goals. I knew that my daughter at the time needed her mom, and she needed her mom to prosper. New York isn't Buffalo, so like I said, you eat what you kill here. And I knew that I had to persevere to feed her, keep a roof over our head, and to be strong. And I basically had no other option.
Right.
And I owe that not only to God, but to my mom, who still lives in Buffalo. I mean, she's no joke. She raised 3 girls in the project in Buffalo, and she never gave up by herself. And she told us, and she instilled pride in me, pride, professionalism, and believing in God. So, I owe it to God and my mom.
Right.
So it was no turning back for me, and I knew that I had to persevere and keep my head up and keep going. And it's not easy, as you know, just being in this business and finding out what's the next step. Remember, see, people don't understand in the media, they look at us like it's all glitz and glamour, but as you know, it is not. We are constantly trying to keep our jobs, constantly to, stay above an overly saturated market that doesn't look like us.
Right.
So how do we prosper and persevere where we work in, we have 10 and 20 years of experience, and then others just come right out of college and get those top jobs.
Right.
Because we don't have that help. We don't have anyone that showed us around the newsroom growing up, or had an uncle or an aunt or someone else that worked in this business. We had to get here ourselves.
Exactly.
Sheer hard work.
Tell me about your company, More Media LLC.
When I was working at Fox, so Fox provided a great avenue for me, a great resource for me as far as talent. It's the number one network in the world because they have supreme talent and supreme guests.
Right.
And working there was not easy, but God was preparing me to do what I'm doing now. In working there as a producer, I met publicists who wanted help putting their clients on other networks, and I would do it for them. And since I did it for them, I got good at it. And I'm like, wait, why am I doing this for them? I could do this on my own. And you know what? Lo and behold, in 2009, I launched More Media, and then More Media started to grow. But listen, I had fear. I had fear of doing it full time. What happened was Fox Business had layoffs. Fox Business had layoffs that year, and they had never had layoffs before. And I credit that to me having fear, because I would go in the bathroom. The bathroom was my office for More Media, and I would make calls because I was scared. I'm like, look, I'm getting a check. I'm not going to mess this up. This check is every week. I'm going to work this job. I got benefits, and I had fear. And guess what? I had went to Super Bowl with David Tyree in 2012, and I came back, and the boss was like, we're laying off the primetime unit. Everybody's laid off. And I was like, what do I do? One of the bosses at the time was like, Alvina, go and apply to work for Lou Dobbs or another show. And I was like, nope, God, I'm going to walk out on faith. I walked outside. I cried. I said, look, I'm going to do this More Media full time. And one of my friends had an office not too far away and said, you could use some office space. Why don't you, use some office space? And I was blessed to do that because I had put him on TV.
Wow.
For free at the time. And you see how God bless you when you just walk out on faith. And the rest, and put it like this, the rest is history.
Oh, wow. I love that.
I liken this to Jonah in the well. We don't have fear. We have fear. God searches us out. Right? And that's what happened. I had fear. And God laid everybody off. And I blame myself for that.
All right.
Because that's the strongest network. Like, they never had layoffs.
Now, tell me, think about this now. What was that breakthrough moment that you knew you were going to make that real impact in this highly competitive market with your company?
Every moment is a breakthrough moment. Just getting up out the bed and knowing that I have that confidence in yourself. Because remember, it starts in yourself. I'm going to tell you why. When God gave me this one client, Steven Jackson was the number one running back.
Right.
Running back, he was at the time with the Rams. I had met his financial advisor. And when I met his financial advisor, he said, you need to work for Steven Jackson. I flew in, and Steven said, I'm going to sign with her. Now, mind you, but I didn't know end zone from auto zone. But God qualified me.
That is
And that's
awesome.
when I knew I could do it. Because I had the formula.
And your relationship with Steven Jackson is still very good?
Always very good. He's my brother. Love him. He gave me that opening to succeed, and I just spoke to him at Super Bowl.
Nice.
And he told the client I was with, I love her. She's my sister, and we still work together from time to time. Of course, he's retired, but we still work together.
Right. Now, your company offers a full service of branding, media, public relations, and etc. How did you get so diversified, and how did you make this happen with all of your skills, and you put them all into this company? How did you make this happen?
Well, actually, I didn't make it happen. I just worked with clients, and the clients did it for me, word of mouth. Just giving my best. I make mistakes just like everybody else, but the key is just being honest, genuine, not lying about what you can do. Just saying, hey, this is what I can do. If I can't do it, I know someone who can. And I think honesty is, and in this business, is word of mouth. And every client that I've gotten has been word of mouth. Nothing was cold calling. They found me. And that's God. It's just word of mouth. And it's just doing a good job. Like, God will increase your territory. If you do good with a little, he'll give you more. And that's what happens. I mean, and everything is not sunny. Everything is not, everything is not easy. So what happens is you lose some clients, you gain some clients. Some things work and some things don't work. But you just keep going and you don't give up. I mean, the richest people and most successful people in this world have lost a lot, but they've gained a lot, and they've never given up.
That's right.
And that's the thing. You never give up, no matter what it looks like right now. We do know that victory is always certain, and that's what it is. Victory is always certain. And that's what we have to keep in mind. That victory is always certain, and that we keep our head above water no matter what.
Now, I know in your business, you don't have to mention any names.
We just keep our heads.
But can you tell me which client? Can you tell me a story about a client that has given you the most trouble? Not wanting to listen to, that moral advice that's always trying to lead them in a direction to keep that brand at a top level.
Well, because of my loyalty, I'm not gonna mention any names. But
that's fine.
I mean, I've worked with some very, very, very difficult clients who don't want to listen to women, who think women are beneath them. But then God shows up and shows them that, hey, listen, you better listen. She knows what she's talking about. I mean, put it like this: all clients can be difficult because what happens is they think they know everything. You know what I mean, Oba?
Right.
And I know you probably have some stories too, correct? In your 25 years, am I wrong or right?
Absolutely.
Right. But put it like this: what happens is when they're used to a certain way of doing things and they don't want to conform, and that can be difficult. But guess what? I'm grateful and I'm blessed to work with every single one because every one that I've worked with has given me, it's like building a house. Right. They have given me tools to be who I am. And let me just tell you guys that I have shed a lot of tears. I've had a lot of heartbreak, and I've had even more disappointment from clients. But guess what? God has given me so much, and I'm so much stronger because of it. I mean, horrific things have happened to me because of some clients. Berating me, overlooking my talent, not paying me my worth. Sexism, that happens a lot because I'm a woman in the male field, but I'm very professional. That happens more often than not, and not just by men. Yes.
Now,
so I mean,
tell me about that, Alvina, because that's a subject that a lot of people always think it's men that underestimate the talent of a woman in a field, but sometimes it's another woman. Am I right?
Yeah, sometimes it's a woman, another woman. But what you have to do is you have to just remain professional. You just have to remain and let them know you should not give in to your core values for money or for a job. Because at the end of the day, you are still a woman, you are still a man, you're still a child of God, and people will still look up to you. Reputation lasts forever. So you should never compromise who you are for anybody. And I don't care who you are.
Right.
And I'm not going to compromise who I am for anybody. I'm from Buffalo. My mom is Janet Alston, and she raised a leader. And at the end of the day, you got to live with yourself. Because clients are going to come and go. But guess what? You still are you, and you still have to look at yourself at the end of the day. And I refuse to do anything that I was not raised and to compromise what my fabric is and who I am. And I've gained that respect with the men and women that I work with. Like, Alvina, don't try that with her.
Right. And I have heard nothing but great things about you. And professional, and your client list speaks for itself. Because word of mouth in your field is powerful. You know, it's powerful. And you have continued a long range of success. And that's a testimony to who you are, Alvina Alston. You are that black girl magic from Buffalo, New York. Bennett High School. I love that.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's been my honor, and I just thank you so much for the accolades, and I really thank you for this interview. And I'm a work in progress, and I'm here to help anyone else. I mean, to whom much is given, much is required. So I'm just very grateful to you for this experience and this interview, to all of your millions of listeners. And again, you're a legend. So, I mean, iron sharpens iron, and I look to you to continue. If I can be just as half as successful as you are, then I think I'm blessed. So I just thank you guys, and I thank all of your listeners. I'm actually here with one of my newer clients who I'm honored to work with, who's Ray J, and also his celebrity barber, Eve. So I'm actually here at Raycon with Ray J after a long day of interviews. So I just thank you for this time and being here with your listeners.
All right. I appreciate you being with me here today, Alvina Alston. And we're going to have to do this again because I always have more questions for you.
It's my honor. Thank you so much.
But I know you're busy. We're going to have to get together. Let's talk shop because you know I'm working on many projects.
And, congratulations.
And I need, that professional person working with me. So let's do some things.
I will be honored. You have me already in your arsenal.
All right. That's all for us here on Pro Talk with the Mighty Oba with Alvina Alston, my good friend from Buffalo, New York, and from my alma mater, Bennett High School. We have some deep roots with each other. We're going to talk again soon, okay?
Thank you so much for the interview, and you have a great day. All of your listeners, I love you all. And you can reach me at moremediahits@gmail.com.
All right.
Or on Instagram and Facebook at More Media Hits or Alvina Alston.
All right. Take care now.
Take care. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.